Jeremy McGrath trying to make the best of things, David.
Tortelli knew he was coming, just gave it to him, and Jeremy made a brilliant move down halfway down the straightaway. He just thought, you know what, I'm going to cut to the inside. Tortelli's sleeping a little here, and he made it work.
Ricky Carmichael leading by 10 seconds on Tim Ferry. Ferry looking for his best 250 finish. Ezra Lusk in third, Villeman in fourth, Wyndham, LaRocco, and McGrath, the top 7.
I'd say it pays to be from Florida and have the experience to ride in the sand right now, because the only 2 guys in the field I can think of from Florida of any significance are Ferry and Carmichael, and they're way out front. It's not that Carmichael has just obliterated this field. Ferry is doing the same thing to that big group, battling still for third.
How does it look down there, Davey?
Well, I'm standing next to Chad Watts. Chad, I got to ask you, you going to let Ricky know where McGrath is?
No, that has nothing to do with today's game plan. Today's game plan is survival of the fittest right now. It's like whoever walks out of here on 2 legs and gains a little bit of points is going to be the best outcome.
I know you're watching Ricky on that great start, but what about coming down that second straightaway when he hit that pothole?
Yeah, that ain't good when the rear end passes the front end in any kind of situation.
A little bit fortunate again for Ricky but you know what it says a lot for his strength and his determination to not go down. We compared him to Bob Hanna. What was Bob Hanna great at? Staying on the bike. I mean, if it was just one hand on the throttle, that's all it took. That guy was so good at saving things. And Ricky, I mean, his pace out here is just ridiculous. Look at how he gets around that berm right there. I mean, he just doesn't hardly slow down much. And if gas mileage had anything to do with this, he'd run out of gas because he's so on the power everywhere. And you know, if he was anywhere back in the pack, I mean, guys like McGrath and Wyndham and Luck, they'd just be in his way. The guy is so much faster than these guys right now, and they're going to all scratch their heads and try to figure out what they have to do to close the gap, just like they have all these years, and try to figure out what they have to do to stay with McGrath. He is the new kid in town.
Not that it's going to stay this same way. McGrath, of course, never gives up in trying to slice out and get more points out of the situation, but if it ends like it is right now, Ricky Carmichael picks up 11 points, and he clearly took the momentum in the points race in New Orleans last week, coming into this race leading by 16. So that would mean
they could stay home for a week.
Yeah, 27-point lead. That's one race.
Yeah, that's what he wants. He wants that kind of a cushion, and so he could relax just a little bit, but I'm not sure Ricky will relax.
Mike LaRocco in 5th, Kevin Wyndham in 6th, and McGrath is in 7th.
See right there, some encouragement from McGrath. I don't think he needs it. He's going as hard as he can go. It's just that's how it feels to be Mike LaRocco and not get the start. Now Jeremy's getting a little taste of that. It's hard to come through the pack, especially when you got to pass guys like Lusk and Wyndham and LaRocco and Villeman. I mean, the way Ferry's riding right now, what a depth of field we have right now that Jeremy has to find his way through.
Davey Combs is working on something other than his tan right now. Davey?
Well, actually, I'm working on the attrition report. Down here in the pits, of course, you guys saw Roncada go out. Now Robbie Raynard, who had that great start in his heat race, has pulled out, and so is Mike Craig. Mike Craig has one of those hay bale covers completely wrapped up in his rear wheel. No way to get it out. 3 guys out so far.
That's going to grow. He's still got a ways to go, and this track is just going to keep taking its toll. It's so rough that you actually have to pace yourself a little bit. I don't know if Ricky's doing that. He might have that luxury out front now, but most of these guys, and each year I came to Daytona, I didn't have that same intensity that I had everywhere else.
Look at this. McGrath, I told you he was going to give up. He gets by Wyndham in the battle for 6th place. Jeremy McGrath just chipping away. He might not be able to win this race, but he's going to do the best he can in catching up.
Now, limiting the damage right here is really what the name of the game is. Keep it on 2 wheels, be smart, and just keep picking these guys off one by one. Now, we talk about the fitness of Ricky Carmichael out front. Jeremy's pretty fit. He knows that he was a little bit behind the 8 ball when the season started. Ricky caught him by surprise with his intensity, and Jeremy has picked his up. It might be a little bit better than everyone else.
Look at here, Ezra Lusk out of the state of Georgia against the Floridian Tim Ferry, bar to bar. Look at the wagon. They were wagging tails all the way down those whoops.
That's what it takes. You've got to get a little bit squirrely here and there to go fast enough. Look at that, Ferry right back.
Incredible on that Yamaha 4-stroke. And Ezra Lusk is saying, what have I got to do to pass this guy? Over the finish line jump pretty soon as Ferry just continues to control that position. 2nd Ezra Lusk is looking for his first second place of the year.
I think Lusk thought once he got by, he could just afford to go wide right there, maybe break the spirit of Ferry a little bit. But Ferry's fighting right here. He doesn't want third, he wants second.
Let me correct that. The first race of the year, Lusk came off that injury year and took second at Anaheim in the first race of the season. He'd love to patch another one up there on the books. Look at those ruts. The sand really moving around.
And these guys are pretty experienced. They've all seen it before. They've seen rough tracks, but Ferry's from Florida. He's seen this probably a few more times than Ezra has, and he has the experience and the power. But look at Ezra.
Ezra making the move on Tim Ferry. He's got the inside. He's got second place. Ezra Lusk just battling it out. Let's go down to Davey.
Mike, your rider just moved into second place. Nice pass by Ezra on Tim Ferry.
Yeah, hopefully he can settle into his own rhythm now and get a little bit of clean track going here, not have to worry about trying to get around somebody and maybe make some time on Ricky. He did it a couple laps ago, but then he lost a little bit of time. So, like I say, maybe just get into his own routine here.
Ricky Carmichael, his best lap of 128. Ezra Lusk a 130.5 as we check out number 11, Ezra Lusk.
But what's going on right now, though, is the last lap, Carmichael 131, Ezra Lusk 131. No one else even close. 133s at best. So Ezra is on the same pace. Problem is, if he's not going any faster, they're going to stay the same. So Ezra's got to hope for some kind of a big mistake from Carmichael out front.
We're at the halfway mark. Carmichael has a 16-second lead. Our Yamaha trivia question: who was the last Yamaha rider, other than Jeremy McGrath or before Jeremy, to win at Daytona? We'll be back with the answer and more action in just a moment.
Champions. Got something to sell? Put your business on Comcast. Comcast Advertising Sales offers so many top-rated networks to choose from, we make reaching your potential customer a snap. With cable advertising, you can target both demographically and geographically. We offer the best rates, the best reach, and the best frequency on the shore. Get more bang for your advertising buck. Call Comcast Advertising Sales and let our account executives help you plan your marketing strategy today.
Ultimate protection and performance. At home, I use it in every engine I have. Prolong's great stuff. In fact, it's so superior to other engine treatments that they offer a lifetime limited product warranty for your engine. You got to check it out. Call Prolong today. Get the details on the lifetime warranty. Tell them Al said to call.
Find out how using Prolong can help save you money. Call the number on your screen now. Prolong, no equal in the world.
Tomorrow night on ESPN Classic, find out why sometimes the toughest fight is outside the ring.
I ain't nothing to you but a black, ugly fist.
The Great White Hope.
I got my turn to be the champion of the world.
Academy Award nominee James Earl Jones stars in the true story of a boxer who's in the battle of his life. It's a real classic, The Great White Hope. Tomorrow night at 9 Eastern, 10 Pacific, only on ESPN Classic. To get real, call 1-800-CLASSIC today.
Back at Daytona International Speedway, Tim Ferry is holding on. And look at this. He's got some competition in the whoop section, and Ferry goes off the track. Bad break for Tim Ferry, who's run such an outstanding race. There's our leader, Ricky Carmichael, who's out in front by 17.8 seconds. Let's answer that Yamaha trivia question. The last Yamaha rider before Jeremy to win here at Daytona. Rocket Rex Staton. It was his first win right here at Daytona, and it was his last Supercross victory. That's not unusual. 3 of the 6 did not win again after winning their first race here at Daytona.
Ricky Carmichael is not going to become part of that.
No, I don't think we have to worry about that. He doesn't either. No. After gaining his very first Supercross victory here at Daytona, he has plastered a few more on the board. And look at this. He's riding so confidently. You
know what I like about the way he's riding right now is he doesn't look like he is slowed down much. You see even a little mistake right there from pushing it. He's going so hard. This next jump right here, watch him after he lands through this corner. As soon as he lands on the power, he's going faster down that straightaway than anyone in the race, and he can afford to actually cool it a little bit right now, but that's not what got him here, and he's not about to change right now.
An 18.5-second lead.
I don't think that's enough. I think he wants to win by 30 seconds. I've never seen anybody race the track more than in the last few years than what Ricky Carmichael is doing right now, and Chad wants him to focus even more. You see his lap time, 1:33.
That's not what the other people are saying. The guys with the transponders, maybe Chad wants to move him up a little bit.
Maybe he's fudging that just a little bit, going, hey, go faster.
His last lap was 1:31. Look out. Ricky Carmichael, hold on.
How many times can he do that? Okay, he's up to about 7 lives. But you know what? He has the strength to hold on to that stuff. I mean, I've counted 3 times now for sure. We've seen them all where he has just about crashed, and he has held on.
Check this out again. I mean, this is just phenomenal.
This is at speed, too. Through this mogul section, he gets a little bit out of shape. Whoa, the back end kicks. He stays on the racetrack. If he'd have gone off the track right there, he'd have to circle back around. Lost a heap of time. Luckily, he has plenty of time over second place. But the point is, he's not slowing down. This guy wants to win. I called him the Grinch who stole Supercross. He's riding the green bike. He doesn't want to give anybody anything. He wants to just completely ruin all their hopes, especially Jeremy's. He wants this championship. It's the only one he doesn't have. He's going to do everything it takes to get it.
He has just been phenomenal in stringing on all kinds of different tracks this win streak together.
Look into these whoops. Unbelievable. And actually through there, he has actually, sometimes I watch him, I go, well, that's just sheer determination and strength. But actually through there, there's a lot of technique. He wheelies in about 4. He's found one where he can set the front wheel down, wheelie a few more, then jump out the last 3 and clear the triple. No problem every lap. And everyone else is really struggling through that.
Take a look at the Honda stopwatch and get an idea as to intervals.
You don't even see McGrath on that board, but he's over 30 seconds behind.
34 seconds.
Devastating. This may be the nails in the coffin of Jeremy's chance of having his 8th Supercross title. It would take something really bad to happen to Ricky to lose this thing now. He's got over a race lead.
We'll see if he can catch up. More action from Daytona International Speedway when we return.
The rumble of a big V twin makes your blood race. You grew up on the pegs of a dirt bike. You could smell a carb running rich from a mile away. Call 1-800-994-3664 to find out how you can become one of the best technicians in the world. Motorcycle Mechanics Institute.
It's time for Suzuki Fest 2001, Suzuki's main sales event. This Suzuki Fest is the biggest ever with over 20 different motorcycles and ATVs to choose from. Right now, get up to $300 in your choice of free accessories when you buy select Suzuki ATVs, dual sport, or off-road motorcycles. Choose from jackets, winches, backpacks, anything you want, plus get great financing too. Go to your participating Suzuki dealer by April 30th and come out riding.
Some gon' get you, some gon' grab you. Keep on. Oh my goodness! Keep on running from my unbelievable. Why do you keep running? Wow! Yeah! Keep on running! Oh my! Are you kidding?
Stanford GW at 10 on ESPN2. Fairfield, Utah at 11:30 on ESPN tonight.
Mike LaRocco's best race here at Daytona was back in '95 when he took a second place behind his Kawasaki teammate at that time, Mike Kudrowski. And of course, Kudrowski put 3 in a row here in Daytona. 1 behind Jeff Stanton, who's the king of Daytona, with 4 in a row. McGrath, of course, 3 wins here on this track, but not consecutive. Ricky Carmichael looking for his 2nd consecutive win. Ezra Luft's looking to holding off Mike LaRocco. Boy, how would you like to have LaRocco on your tail right now?
No, I wouldn't want that. I would much rather be Mike right now. You know, he's going to have to soak up a little roost, get showered with some of that gravel down there, eat a little bit of sand, but he's the one that's closing. He's in the driver's seat right now. He's got Ezra a little bit worried. This is the part of the race. There are going to be a few laps to go here. You're pretty tired. See Carmichael going over the finish line the other way. That's the amount of lead he has over these guys. It's not growing. It's actually shrinking a little bit because these guys have picked up the pace.
Lusk forced to pick up the pace by Mike LaRocco on his tail. The Team Honda, number 11, and the AMSOIL Honda of number 5. I truly admire Mike LaRocco for his endurance over the season. He's had several serious injuries. He's rehabbed. He's come back. He's raced 3 decades of 250 racing, and I just think longevity at this style of competition has got to be rewarded.
Rewarded every week when he comes from behind, and you know that every time Mike goes out on the racetrack, just like Carmichael these days, he is going to give you 100%. If there's such a thing as 101%, that's what he's giving every time he goes out there. Look at that.
Nice.
He jumps into the whoop section right there. No one has done that all day.
He's
Mike's
pulling all the stops
crafty
right now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's surprised a little bit that he's never won this race. You know, you think about all the guys that have won it, and they're all been so tough, and that's what Mike is, and he still hasn't won this thing.
Well, even 6 former Supercross champions never won here. That's an unusual fact. Jeff Ward.
Ezra.
Good save. And here comes LaRocco. So LaRocco got the break he was looking for, and Ezra doesn't want to let him go.
You know, that might have just been...
Check it out again, David.
Hey, he's coming around into the corner. Watch Ezra's front wheel. His foot's going to get stuck behind him. See, his foot dabs right there. He has nothing to catch himself with. But he kind of regrouped right there at the end and got going. Not fast enough to hold off LaRocco, but that takes a lot of strength to try to keep that bike on 2 wheels. And I don't know if he's got enough strength to hang on anymore.
Davey, what you got?
Well, I'm going to show you guys probably what happened to Ezra Lusk. Check out the track conditions behind me. This was a jump a little while ago. Now it looks like a cross-country track. You see Michael Byrne there trying to get through it. I have a feeling Ezra came out and cross-rutted on one of these.
That's just ridiculous. Look at all this stuff. I mean, all those right there, the balance it takes to get through there. Your foot, watch Jeremy. His frame is hitting. The foot pegs are hitting. You've got to go through there with your feet off of the pegs, or it'll catch your foot and rip it off the peg.
Here's Ricky Carmichael, our leader, and he is now 16.49 seconds ahead of Mike LaRocco, who's in 2nd place. Ricky Carmichael just looking superb. And he hasn't had to ride on the edge as much as he has in his previous wins, I don't think, David.
No, you know what? Poor Davey Coombs down there having to form the question again. Mike, you came on strong at the end, but you got 2nd place. I mean, how tired are we of going to Mike LaRocco with that statement? But you got to hand it to him for charging so hard through the pack. He didn't get a great start.
Look at that. The best lap for Ricky Carmichael is 2.2 seconds faster. 2.2 seconds faster than any other rider.
That's like 2 miles an hour faster for a NASCAR out here. I mean, that's significant. White flag.
He gets the white flag for the final lap for Ricky Carmichael.
Well, he knows how this feels. You know, last year when he went across the finish line, he took his goggles off and just dropped them on the ground. He had no strength to do anything.
LaRocco takes the white flag, and Lusk in 3rd right behind him. 4 riders have won back-to-backs here at Daytona, at least 2. Schultz, Stanton, Mike Kudrowski, and of course Jeremy McGrath in 98-99, and Ricky Carmichael is just about ready to put his name on that list.
You know, they talked about Ricky Carmichael. They sort of compared him with Jeff Ward, being a little bit shorter. Jeff Ward never won Daytona. They were thinking maybe Carmichael would just, on some tracks, not be able to get the job done, but geez, he has overcome that with his strength and his determination and his will to win. He just will not settle for anything less than a big lead in 1st place. He doesn't even really like to win unless he wins from behind or wins on the roughest track or wins by a long ways.
Jeremy McGrath will check him out, as McGrath is still in 6th position.
It's not like the guy gave up. You know, I mean, he's ridden hard the whole time, but you know, you look at the way Ferry has ridden today. He has done a good job.
Here's Ricky Carmichael coming through that treacherous minefield.
That's the corner we pointed out, or Davey pointed out a moment ago.
He should gain 10 points with this victory. That would be a 26-point lead for Ricky Carmichael, who takes the checkers for the 2nd consecutive year here at Daytona International Speedway. Ricky Carmichael, the hard work of a long season has paid off. In the offseason, he just worked so hard to get that body into shape, even after winning